let's chat. Hi everybody, welcome back. Welcome back once again to not Smash Talk. We decided that that's the worst thing. I like Let's Chat. Let's Chat sounds like Let's Chat sounds like it can stick around for a little while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It is on
we're
brand.
recording since having debuted the first one.
Yes, correct. Yes, so it could have been the title of the last one, but I didn't know that at the time because that's how time streamers work. Topic 1. Breath of the Wild was an incredible milestone in Nintendo's long history of hits that is the Zelda franchise. Vastly different from all other iterations in the series, Breath of the Wild dared to try new things with such gusto that it set the world on fire. If you could pick a few ways for the game to be represented in Smash, what would you pick?
Urbosa.
Okay,
I have a lot of feelings. I love Urbosa.
Okay, so let's
pump the brakes a little.
No.
So, the very first topic.
Let Hannah talk for all of us.
You're welcome.
The first topic I did want to talk about was the 4 champions, and I think that at least a handful of us definitely are supporting Urbosa
Now,
in here.
What do you think,
Urbosa, but have you considered maybe Rivali?
See, I would love for you to get that, but he's already in the game. He's already in the game, and they call him Falco.
Yeah, but like maybe if Falco wasn't in the
Shane,
game.
consider this.
We're sacrificing Falco.
Consider this a Rivali skin for Falco.
That
sounds-
is practically.
It's called Falco.
Okay, but what about Mifa? There's no Mifa-like characters.
There's no spirits characters. You're right on that.
There's also no spear characters.
That would be pretty dope.
I would be fine with
I
them
want
adding that.
spears in Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Wasn't there another?
Daruk. Yeah, well,
He'd have, a ball thing of light that goes around him, and like that'd be really, really different than like every other character who
his
has a ball
shield,
of light.
he'd have a
go around
perfect
him.
shield. You can't break his shield. That's the one thing.
I think that any one of the 4 champions getting in would end up using the abilities of their fellow champions. Like, I think you'd have Daruk's Protection and Mifa's Grace and Rivali's Gale just as moves
Like
for
the
whichever
upbeat
champion they chose.
Rivali's
That makes a lot of sense.
I want to get into that a little bit.
regardless of who they were.
So, one thing I'm having trouble with is that we don't see much of the champions in game.
I think we'd see enough of them.
It depends on
Oh, like,
how
don't
you
you-
play the game.
Like enough
Yeah.
of any one of them. Like they collectively have a lot of screen time, but each individual one of them, not so much.
And it's a damn shame.
It is.
Well, I mean, each one of them gets their own cutscene when you first go to the village that's associated with them.
Right.
They each get like 2 solid cutscenes.
Yeah, and then
That's
there's
still not a lot.
What, 12 cutscenes that they share collectively across the memories?
Yeah. Also the scenes where you get to meet their ghosts after you beat all of the bosses.
Yeah,
There's the DLC stuff.
Yeah, the
and-
DLC.
Should we put a spoiler warning?
Should we put a spoiler warning? I mean, if anybody comes in and they see that we're talking about Breath of the Wild,
If you haven't,
if they haven't played it,
Wild by now, what's wrong?
Then you're bad.
Yeah.
I've beaten Breath of the Wild.
won't go that far, but you should know what you want to hear about and don't want to hear about. But
I think if you looked at Breath of the Wild, and you just cut out all the gameplay whatsoever, and it was just the cutscenes of the movie, the champions would be like almost as present as Zelda. So it's not. I
Yeah.
think they've earned their keep.
yeah, I think so too.
I think that they're really cool, but what I would like to see them as is either representations as Link's new B moves, like he got their abilities as his up B, down B, standard B, and side B, or if they showed up as a part of his new Final Smash, because let's be fair, Link's Final Smash is kind of dumb.
What is his final smash?
If you're directly in front of you, he'll trap you in like a Triforce force field and just cut you up a bunch.
It doesn't really,
That's dumb.
Yeah,
It's kind of cool looking though.
it does. Okay, I'll say this: it looks cool, but it doesn't directly reference anything.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. Good point.
This is a good time for me to read off this question that was sent to us by DD Dragoni via Tumblr. So thank you for sending me this. He says, in the initial reveal trailer, Link is shown with his Breath of the Wild design. Do you think that Breath of the Wild's changes to the Zelda formula are going to affect his Smash moveset at all? And if so, how? So Falshane just said that he's hoping for new B moves, and myself, I don't think that Sakurai would be willing to sacrifice the B moves that he's had since 64.
Yeah, I mean,
I kind of just want visual changes.
I mean, it would
like-
definitely change his entire play style, but I think it's great that there's 4 champions and that there's 4 B button inputs, and that would just kind of like ally really nicely.
Yeah, can I?
Especially to the point where like Rivali's Gale sends you up.
Yeah, and holding B or pressing down B could be a shielding move or a counter. Holding B could cause you to like regain HP or something, and side B could cause you to send out like an electrical wave or some crap like that. I don't know, but the point is that there's 4 there, there's 4 here. Bada bing.
I think all those ideas would be better implemented on a stand-in champion character, preferably Urbosa.
I just have some thoughts about this. So yeah, we mentioned this earlier, but I have a hard time dealing with the idea of making significant, like a complete revamp of one of the core Smash characters who's been around since the very beginning. On the other hand, so like if they do change his moveset to reflect Breath of the Wild, like what happens to that? Like does like Toon Link become standard Link as we've known him for the past 20 years?
You know,
I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, to be completely fair, I don't think that would bother me at all.
I think
I
it would
really
bother a lot
have
of
no problem
people,
with that.
though. A lot of people that buy Smash. So
And to be clear that I don't think, because he has his Breath of the Wild design, I don't think that really means he can't have his old moveset. Like, there are boomerangs and bows, and like isn't a hook shot in Breath of the Wild, but you just use the design of the claw shot from Skyward Sword and it would look fine.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it's like obligatory that since they're giving him a new outfit that he needs a new moveset, but I would personally, and I know this is probably just a me thing, would prefer to see him reflect Breath of the Wild more. And yeah, if that means that his old moveset gets relegated to Toon Link, then fine. Let Toon Link be the representative of older Zelda games.
And, yeah, I mean, Link is one of the most iconic video game characters ever, and to want to focus what he represents in Smash of all of the Zelda games as just the most recent last year's title, I think a lot of people would take umbrage with that.
Probably.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's hard for me to say one way or the other what I think would happen.
Now, the previous Smash game gave us a Link who was kind of an amalgam of Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword in terms of design. Do we think that Link is gone, or is there a chance they're both in there?
So 3 Links?
No. Well, I mean,
As a costume, no.
okay, yeah.
Costume, then yeah.
Yes, I do think that'll return.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would think it would be sort of silly if, because I know a lot of people that don't like the Breath of the Wild design, and so I know a lot of people who would take umbrage with that being the only visual representation of Link.
You know what? I could very easily see them doing what they did with Little Mac and have him. He would have like 8 costumes from Breath of the Wild and 8 costumes based on past Zelda games with like his tunic and floppy hat.
Well, I would love to see that Ocarina hair in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like a lot of the changes I want to see made to Link would be visual. Like, if we're going to go full on Breath of the Wild, I kind of want him to pull out the shiny blue bombs instead of just the...
Oh, that'd be so neat.
Yeah.
Instead of just, like, pulling something out of the ground. Also, I don't really like the way that Link plays. No, I haven't seen a ton of people play as him either. I feel like he could afford to have a small buff, but I also think that giving him the champion's abilities would be pretty overpowered. Like, if we use Rivali's Gale as an up B, he becomes a very different character then.
They'd probably have to limit how powerful those moves
Yeah,
would
like,
be
yeah.
for sure.
And Urbosa's Fury, I could easily see those working in Smash. The other two, I'm not so sure.
How exactly would Mipha's Grace work?
Yeah.
I mean, it could be a healing move like Wii Fit Trainer's Steady Breathing or whatever it's called.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So basically just tone it all down and then it works. It
Well,
works
yeah,
pretty
it's not
well.
like he's gonna die and get a whole other stock or something.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be very fair.
No, I want that. That's what I want.
Heavy breathing is more for like charging up your attacks, but it also does a little bit of healing. It seems weird to have a character with like a dedicated healing button, because like most healing
When
moves
none has
are-
really ever.
Yeah, like,
Project
yes,
M managed to pull it off with Ivysaur. That's a fan project, but it still proves that it's doable.
Okay.
They just have to be very weak.
All right. So
We said Final Smash. Did we ever pick on what we think would be a good Final Smash to substitute the current one?
I want to see all of the divine beasts collectively blasting.
Oh,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's got to have the crazy orchestrated theme though. That'd be great. I love that.
20 minutes.
I just thought of that moment from the last Game Awards when they like recreated that scene with stage lights.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
I haven't seen that.
So that's changes that we can make to Link and the potential for other champions that could be added. What other stuff from Breath of the Wild could we add?
Well, I wanted to ask if this is a question that's come up a lot. If Link has a Breath of the Wild design, what happens to Zelda and Ganondorf?
Zelda can be easily changed to the Breath of the Wild version.
But do they have to?
Yes.
And
As long as they don't give her that.
Ganondorf is a
I like it.
I have a lot of problems with the voice acting in Breath of the Wild, and it's not just Zelda, but maybe that's just me.
It is not just you, I guarantee it. I promise you, your opinion is valid in that one.
Nice, finally.
Ganondorf can't easily be changed except for his Great Pig Final Smash, which could be Calamity Ganon, no problem.
I really
Oh, that'd be so awesome.
It would, but I actually don't dislike the old look. I think it looked pretty cool. I've seen some people suggest the Hyrule Warriors look for Ganondorf.
Yes,
I love that hair.
please.
I think the problem is that is not an iconic look for him, really.
it's also not owned.
Yeah.
I think Koei Tecmo technically owns that.
True.
design.
Yeah, and it's
True.
just like, unlike Link, who just got a scarf. Ganondorf looks very different.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
I could see that as being an alternative costume, though. Maybe like a possibility, but
I would love that. I would never play anything else. So good. Yeah.
For hours, just on changes one could make to Ganondorf. I know I.
Yeah. Yeah. What? Are they gonna make them? Are they gonna make changes to Ganondorf?
I want him with a handle.
Twice as strong, twice as fast. He
Great.
also flips you off after he hits you.
Yeah.
Yes, Hannah?
I want him with a handlebar mustache.
Great.
Down to the ground.
I'll accept this.
Yeah.
It's not
That's
much.
what that is exactly word for word what I think they're going to do in Smash, and if it doesn't happen, then I will eat several hats.
Okay. I'll get you some hats.
Thanks.
Great. No problem.
There's a character from Breath of the Wild who was probably way more popular than Nintendo ever expected this character to be.
Oh.
And
Beetle.
no, not Beetle. It's kind of a stretch to say playable character, but
Kilton?
no. Assist trophy, I think, is probably a good bet for Prince Sidon. And also,
Yeah, all right.
his music's
See-
definitely getting in.
Yeah, it's
I
true.
understand that Prince Sidon was a really popular character with some people, but
Falshane, you know that your tastes aren't the only factor in Sakurai's mind.
Yeah.
Award of Falshane's
Dude.
favorite.
Pretty true.
do aside from surf around and you ride on his back or something.
That's why we're saying assist trophy.
My hero.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And he'd be very charming while he did it.
You can do anything. You could do a hell of a lot with a Zora
Prince
character.
Sidon.
You could.
You know how
Only-
Go-Go, you can ride him? That. But with water.
Okay, I will accept Prince Sidon as an assist trophy only if he's the new Nintendog.
what? Smiling at the camera.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a taunt for Link. Link fucking bursts into Sidon. Yeah!
Hello, Link.
I could also see Cass being an assist trophy.
Oh yeah.
That'd be cute. I would love a plateau level where Cass is in the background.
Oh, and he's playing, and it'd be amazing. It'd be
Yes.
songs from the game.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, he's basically the KK Slider of whatever field they're going to have for Breath of
Yeah.
the Wild, for sure.
That's a cool idea.
Great
So,
Plateau is pretty much the only thing I can think in terms of stages.
I don't think. Yeah.
Or and any of the divine beasts.
If they were gonna pick one of the 4, I would expect the bird one.
That's what I was gonna
probably,
say.
because it's up in the air.
Yeah, and that would be a dope level.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
That'd
And
be
the cool
neat.
thing about the Divine Beast potentially being a stage is that it makes it easy for it to be changeable in stage hazards.
Yeah.
Like the bird one could Ruta or whatever.
Vamedo?
That's the
Yes.
elephant,
Yes.
isn't it?
Oh, am I wrong?
No, Meadow is
No.
the bird.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ruta's the elephant.
Right, I mixed them
Ruta's the elephant.
Anyway, when it tilts, for example, all of the like platforms in the stage could like shift up or down, and like
Yes.
that little cage that you have to ride to get one of the items, one of the checkpoints, could like slide across the stage and be a hazard or something.
And then the level's boss comes in at one point and just ruins shit.
Oh, man.
There are 2 directions I could see a Breath of the Wild stage going. One, a traveling stage, where it like, hits all the high points.
Yeah.
Or I could,
Favorite.
I think more likely than a Guardian would be the Great Plateau, because it's like the most iconic. They use it in all the marketing, and I think I could see that being like the giant stage of this game, or like Palutena Temple or like Hyrule Temple. All those temples.
They could have like the dragons in the background.
Ooh, I love it.
Or like they could even go in like the foreground at some point.
That's
like
cool.
drop a scale or
Like a
something.
Guardian,
That's fun.
Guardian
Oh.
attack.
Yeah. Oh, the guardians! That'd be awesome.
It'd be so cool.
Yeah, this is a personal gripe. Is there anyone else who's just exhausted with the traveling stages where you go like a whole?
Yes.
A little
I
bit.
just want a nice, tight, stationary, iconic scene from the game, please.
I know.
Tight is a good word for what I'm sort of looking for. Like it's encompassed and like clean.
Yeah, I
Just
agree.
right on top of one of the towers.
That's a juicy video game reference.
That is a small.
I would not have a problem with that, frankly. Well, except that might be too small. That might be too
Really
small.
small.
Just hanging out at the top of the tower.
They can exaggerate the size for Smash.
Just a little bit, yeah.
What about Hyrule Castle?
Hyrule Castle.
Like
Oh, okay.
Breath of the Wild version.
Ganon?
Yeah, with all of the guardians and everything trying to shoot at you all the goddamn time.
Would they also do that in addition to the super classic Hyrule Castle stage where, like, you know, there's the fuck pit down at the bottom that everybody laughs about?
Sorry, what's it called?
The fuck pit?
One more time?
The fuck pit.
Oh, okay.
All right, great.
The N64 one or
No, I'm talking about the melee.
Oh, okay.
The melee one that they haven't dropped since they made it.
You know, the one with the fuck pit.
Yes.
I mean that one. There's no way they're dropping that stage.
Okay, yeah. They could do both. They could do both. I could see that happening easily.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too much
You
of a
could have
stretch to
Hyrule
think that they would do
Castle
both.
64, Hyrule Castle Melee, Hyrule Castle Switch. We've
And I would
have
love
one
it.
idea for this game.
Do they have the Hyrule? Did they still have the Hyrule Castle stage from 64 in the most recent?
Yeah.
I don't really know.
DLC, yeah.
They do. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
I love
I have no problem. I have 0% problems with that idea.
Yeah, me too.
I know that we're supposed to be talking about Breath of the Wild, but there was also Link Between Worlds somewhat around the... I mean, it was technically before Super Smash Bros. Came out, but I would like to see a Yuga assist trophy, if that could be done.
Okay.
Sure.
Go.
I could also see Ravio. Yeah.
Yeah.
Him just throwing out items or like something.
That
I
could be
think it would
cute.
be really cool if there was a Yuga assist trophy or some sort of stage hazard where he would like blend into the wall in the background and you would just see him like walking along the walls as a non-damaging object, but he could like pop out and attack somebody.
And the stage that we bring in from it is Lowbro Castle.
Because like I need that music.
I know.
Finally,
They can give us the music.
variation in our Zelda stages.
I know. I'm excited.
I know how popular the alternative movesets are in, or extra moves are in Smash. Like Palutena moves and Mii Fighter moves and all that.
Oh,
but what about
cartoon.
instead customized? That's what they call. But instead of that, what about just different sets? Like you have one fighting style for Link and one fighting style for Breath of the Wild Link.
That would make the process less obnoxious.
So you will have both, but on the same character. But you have to pick which one before you enter the fight.
I think it would be more likely that they would just make two different characters at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, I just think that some characters could need some sort of update, but to still keep the original, you can have that option.
Yeah, like I think that's a neat idea. Like you could pick, because there's some fighting games where you pick a character and then you can pick like that character's style, and that like Street Fighter is usually a pretty good example. You can choose your character and then choose what their like super move is. But I think with Smash that would be considered quote unquote a little too complicated, and they would probably just go with making it a completely different character. And I swear to God, if I have to hear giant metal Breath of the Wild Link, I'm not gonna play this game.
You said you were so in favor of clones in episode 1. Or
I'm not saying, no, again, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying that Breath of the Wild Link is a stupid name.
Yeah. Well,
That's fair.
Champion Link.
Wild.
I think
That's better.
Champion Link is good.
Yeah.
I'm of the mind that custom moves on the whole must have taken a ludicrous amount of time to develop for Smash 4, and I think it would be for the best if they just did not come back. I think that the development party would probably appreciate having a little bit less work to do, and that's if we got to cut it right there, I don't blame them at all.
Well, Ark, you're talking about something that isn't a character stage or whatever.
Well, it's related to what Saps was going. You're right. I'm getting off topic. You're right.
No,
Sorry.
I was trying to lead you into the transition.
Well, then let's move on to topic 2.
All right.
Great segue.
What's topic 2?
Topic 2. Everyone wants to talk about additions to the roster. It's the biggest draw of the game, being able to play as anyone you like. But what about the rest of the game? What would you like added to Smash other than new characters or stages?
Oh, now I get what Ryu was
Like
saying.
modes and features and stuff.
Like
Yes.
new items?
Like new items, new features that you could add to the game.
Guys. Return a Smash Tour. They got to do it. Was the #1 feature in Smash 4.
I like Smash Tour.
I
Somebody
too
fire
liked
that
Smash
man.
Tour until the Wii U version came out, and then I never.
No, see, the thing, I had so much more fun on the 3DS version than I did on the Wii U version, just because it was new. All my friends were playing it, and then it
I
was
did
kind
not.
of old hat by the time the Wii U version came out.
Yeah, okay, but that's not the Wii U version's fault.
Right, but I mean, I've just played a ton of Smash Tour, and it was nice having a single-player experience before having the Wii U version. And I would like to see a return to it, not as much as I like to see a
Are
return
you
to
talking about Smash Run?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
But also Smash Tour was also not a great thing.
I like Smash Run, Smash Tour. There's like one part of it that I like that I'm sure we'll talk about in a second, but the rest of it was kind of mediocre.
I would like for all versions of the game to be released on the same day, please.
That's asking a lot.
Well, I mean,
I'm sure it will because the Switch is regionally free.
yeah. Well, yeah. Also
okay.
that, but like, I didn't really like that the 3DS version came out so far ahead of time. I think the reason that they did that is because they didn't think that a lot of people would go for the 3DS version if they already had the Wii U.
Exactly.
Right,
I'm sure
but
it
it
was a
works.
marketing decision. Yeah.
It did work. I want them to not do that again.
I want them to not make money.
I want them to do the thing that makes less sense for them and more sense for me. Yes.
Yeah, okay. So that's not gonna happen.
No, it's not. I agree.
Not how that works.
So we're only getting one version of the game this time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It says us for right now.
If there are
I mean,
two
what are you
versions
hoping
of
for?
Smash on the 3DS.
I don't know if I'm hoping for anything. All I know is that the Smash version of 3DS was very popular, and if they made a Super Smash Bros. 3DS 2, I wouldn't be as surprised.
Oh.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
I want
They're going to
to.
make the Nintendo Switch Super Smash Brothers for Nintendo 3DS.
Yes.
Sorry, say that title again?
Nintendo Switch Super Smash Brothers for Nintendo 3DS.
Yeah, no, that's perfect.
Right off the tongue.
Uh-huh.
Actual title is Super Smash Bros. For the new 3DS.
Oh God, no.
Oh, great. So then I wouldn't be able to play it even. Great.
Okay, so I wanna drop an idea here, and I want to know how many people will actually agree with me, and I will not be surprised if it's 0. I want a new story mode a la Subspace Emissary.
I like the idea.
Someone got
I like the cutscenes.
One clap.
I think that the cutscenes from Subspace Emissary were super fun, and I like them. I didn't really like the gameplay.
I loved Subspace Emissary so much that whenever one of my friends got the game, I suggested immediately that we sit down and play through Subspace Emissary together, and it was some of the most fun that I had with Smash. I played through Subspace Emissary like 4 times.
Yeah, same.
That's so wholesome.
And also, it's a great way to unlock new characters. That felt so much
Yeah.
more fulfilling, unlocking a character through a story than a
That's
challenge.
true.
I agree with that.
That's
I like
fair.
unlocking the characters through like an effort of your own, through like, you know, solving an issue.
Also,
That's
it was
fair.
really
That's
freaking
fair.
hype to see like freaking Meta Knight and Marth and Ike together, and they like encounter Ness and freaking Pokemon Trainer, and they have to
Fire
get on
down
a
below.
freaking spaceship with Kirby and Star Fox. Like,
And then what happened?
I mean, Sakurai says he doesn't want to. He says
Okay.
he
Oh,
says
he
he
doesn't?
doesn't like that the cutscenes got leaked and that people didn't have the surprise, and so the trailers that we're getting is the replacement of the Subspace Emissary, and no one's happy with that.
Yeah.
I would be fine if there was something more like the Adventure Bone Melee, with like different areas themed to different franchises. So like there's a Mario area and a Zelda area and an F-Zero area. You can put little missions themed to those games.
I also really enjoyed that, but I loved the enemies that were brought in by the Subspace Emissary.
oh, the Primates.
Yeah, and also, you know, the guy with the funny pants and the blow dryer head. I mean, it was
Oh,
great.
wasn't there like a chicken that would run back and forth and like spew items or something?
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
like
Subspace
it's not-
Emissary.
Chicken for Smash.
Yes,
Let's bring
absolutely.
Subspace Emissary.
So
Ryu, I'd be down for that. Let's do it, buddy.
I have a suggestion that I don't think you guys are gonna like, but I'm gonna suggest it anyway.
Ridley.
But just an option to just unlock all the characters. To just do it. Like there's a lot of people who go out and purchase this video game and bring it back, and they just open it up for the first time at a party, and they're like, "This is what I want to do with my night," and then they find out that they have like 12 characters,
But ours.
and that they need to go do something that they probably don't have a ton of interest in.
I can guarantee
to go.
that will exist. It's called the DLC button.
All right. Well, I mean, they didn't do that for all the other characters, though.
No, but I'm sure if they packaged in an option where it's like, hey, you can unlock all the characters or buy the bonus package backstage
You know what?
pass.
I'm gonna say I have no problem with that idea.
Right, and it's becoming an industry standard.
I have no problem with that idea. I mean, I would not choose that option, but if some people would prefer that,
I do not want anybody to like even just have the option to pay extra to skip. Like, wasn't that the reason for the whole controversy recently
Which one?
what controversy?
with EA?
Haven't heard of it.
Basically
EA
saying,
said-
pay us money for the chance to skip over hours of gameplay.
Well, yeah, the thing with that is
Well-
that with Star Wars Battlefront or whatever, yeah, you actually got better stats from what you were paying for. Like, you
My
were
point-
actually buying better armor and
Still,
stuff.
like, having them say, oh, there's an option to pay actual real world money to unlock all the characters up front, that's just a dick move.
All right, sure, but there's a lot of people who have zero interest in anything that is not the one-on-ones or like the group matches. So why force them to do all of that other stuff?
Yeah, I'll say this. As long as you're not paying money and getting some sort of comparative benefit, like if you're just unlocking the characters right away for an additional $20 and Mr. JP Tight Pockets is going to go ahead and just play the game for 40 hours before having all the characters unlocked, that would be fair, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. Even
like
though
that.
I would never choose an option like that because I feel like, what are you paying for then?
Exactly.
If you're playing to just play with your friends, which I assume that a lot of people are, that's really not an unreasonable thing to ask
I
for.
really disagree. Although, how about this for a compromise? Once a day, you can scan an amiibo to automatically unlock a character.
Hey,
That'd be,
Yeah, but then you have to
Okay.
pay for the
Yeah, sure.
amiibos.
All right, that's fair. I'm down for that.
that would
We have to pay
also-
for the amiibos.
Yeah, but that would. I think that the middle ground is like, yes, you still have to pay for something, but at least you're like, I don't know, contributing more. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, like that just seems like a real slippery slope of just saying, hey, just arbitrarily give us money and we'll do something that we could have done for free.
It was just a thought process.
That's true.
Just a bit of convenience for those people who don't really care about the other stuff.
I was just going to say, in support of what Ark was saying, I think that would be a really good option for people like tournament organizers who want to buy a copy of the game and they don't want to have to worry about having a save file on hand. And they're just like, okay, we just have to spend the extra $20 to make sure we have everything unlocked.
Yes.
Like the option to pay for a tournament pack
That'd
or
be fun.
something like that.
Yeah.
And there's no save file, anything like that. You just play.
You just play.
The other option, of course, is to just not have any unlockable characters, which I know some people like unlocking characters, but
I do.
I don't know.
unlocking characters.
I know Sakurai strongly considered having all the characters available from the start for the Wii U game.
And I think that leads me into a criticism I had with Smash 4's unlockable characters, that they had to have the most marketable, most hype characters available at the front so they could advertise them, which meant that the unlockable characters are just kind of like, oh, Wario, you're here? I didn't know that. I mean,
Mario's your favorite character.
oh, he is, but I knew he was in the game. Wario should have been available from the start, and I wanted a more, surprising, more hype character to be unlocked. But then it wouldn't be as marketable.
Guys, why isn't Mario selectable?
Oh. And then, Saps, I think you also had something?
Yeah, I would just say one way is just make it a lot easier to unlock said characters. Like, it is not that time consuming, but you still get to unlock them at a reasonable time of space. Or
Space Emissary.
Yes, for example, but I just mean not make it take 20 hours more, like, hey, for every, fifth match or something, you can get the chance to unlock a character or something.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of already do that, but to a lesser degree.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I know what you mean. Well, we kind of talked about the potential for unlocking characters right off the bat for a while there. Do we have anything else that we'd like added to the game?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we mentioned Smash Tour earlier. The one part of Smash Tour that I loved and I want to be an official mode in the game is some people call it like an all-star Smash. Some people call it like a tag team battle. Basically, the option to select different characters for each of your stocks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. That is a pretty cool feature that I would.
That does sound neat.
That would be very cool.
That sounds like a lot of setup.
Project M went this route, just another proof that it is doable by a fan project.
Yeah. And Smash 4 technically already did it.
Yeah, with Smash Tour.
Oh, yeah. I see what you mean.
In the final battle.
Now, did Smash 4 ever get a proper tournament mode added, or never? It never got it, at least to the level that it had in Brawl, because I really enjoyed the Brawl tournament mode.
It did. It was post-launch though. It was not.
When I was playing, they did not have that, and I was very disappointed.
It was online only.
Yeah, it's an online only feature.
Yeah, that's right.
Another thing I'd really improved is the stage builder. Goddamn.
Yes.
In what way?
That's a great question. I didn't use it enough in Smash 4 to know.
I think just more options and flexibility.
I didn't like the stylus draw map style because it ended up being very sloppy and kind of limited in what you could possibly make versus the grid system that they had in Brawl. So if they could just return to form a little bit, then that would be.
I kind of disliked the old version of it because I don't know. It felt so set. Like everything that you could do was just very rigid. I kind of liked that the stylus allowed you a little bit more free form, but some sort of mesh between the two would be nice.
Yeah, why not both? I would say take elements of both and just combine it.
Yeah, like you could put down set pieces and then you could pull out the stylus and make little bridges between the gaps and just make it more shaped like how you want. That kind of sounds neat to me.
Steal the HUD from Super Mario Maker and say it's a fun Easter egg, but also it just makes your game better.
Why didn't
that sounds great?
Super Smash Maker.
Super Smash Maker.
Super Smash Maker.
That sounds great. It sounds great. Let's do it.
Honestly, I feel like that's not totally outside the realm of possibility.
That's
I don't know if that's a fever dream.
I like that. Cool. So
Also,
we fixed
their turn
stage.
music.
Well, Well, we fixed the stage creator, so that's good.
We did it.
Yeah, high fives all around. Very good. Yeah.
Very good.
What else you got? Jay, give us something.
Oh, I couldn't think of any.
Oh.
Good, just put people on the spot. That'll go well.
I like Smash the way it is, I guess. I don't know.
Great!
Aw,
Jay is the ideal consumer. I have no complaints about your product.
Okay, well, Jay, you give us your
four.
unlockable characters then, simple man.
What was that? Unlockable characters?
Like, how would you prefer to unlock characters?
Available all from the start. Pay to get
Well,
them.
I guess it's in the stage of my life that I'm in right now, yeah. 'Cause I know for me, I'm gonna buy Smash, I'm gonna play it with you guys, I'm gonna be sad that I can't unlock the characters, but with the streaming that we do, I can't really, unlock them.
It's true. That's true. Jay is the perfect example of a human being who does not have fucking time to go through that fucking story mode.
Yeah, Jay, with your 16 jobs and your 13 children.
No, with his one job and his streaming that he does.
Stream the story mode, and the stream unlocks the character.
Okay, granted, yes. That's
We're all Jay's children.
yes.
There you go. So, yeah, I honestly wouldn't mind paying a little bit more to unlock them. Just so I can have them and play and have some fun and still live my life and not have to break all my little fingers unlocking them.
Well, I hope you get your stupid option.
Yeah!
All right,
So what are people's opinions on mic chat being available?
Oh,
Did they ever
I think
do
it's-
that with Splatoon?
Yeah,
They did,
Smash
but it was
doesn't
through
need
like an
communication.
app.
Yeah.
It was through like an app. It's true that it does not require communication, but God, it would be very nice. I wouldn't use it personally. I have
wouldn't use
computers.
Yeah, it's one of
I have to be totally honest, as a girl who plays video games, I know that this is said over and over and a million times. I've never used voice chat. I don't ever want to use voice chat. It's basically not an option for me.
That's fair.
And I really just feel like it almost cultivates sort of a negativity in the game that becomes more and more prevalent as more people play it,
That's fair. I don't think you should ever have the option to speak to somebody you don't know in Smash Brothers. I don't think that should ever come up.
Well, how about instead of that? Because the only reason I would really want it is for the capability of potentially telling somebody like, oh, hey, this is the last match, or oh, hey, I gotta go, or something. Because I'll be playing like 3 or 4 matches with somebody and I'll feel like I'm doing really well against them, or maybe like getting really close to being able to beat them. Or maybe we're just really close and we're going back and forth and I'm having a really great time and suddenly they'll just disappear. And it's like,
I think that's
okay.
I think that's a beautiful thought process, and that it would be really great if we could communicate those things and laugh with all the nice people that are on the internet. But I think that the unnice people vastly outweigh that problem.
there's an easy solution.
no.
There's an easy solution to that. I am using tilt controls.
Yes, true. Yeah, say just like preset messages like Mario Kart or even like the Dark Souls thing where you have like hello.
Yes,
you can use.
yes, exactly. That'd be great. Like, basically, just send to the other person an emoji. Thumbs up, sad face,
Things like one more
G2G.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess,
like one more match, something like that.
Maybe
No,
just-
like, your mother's a whore option.
I mean, the problem, okay, I guess just a better implementation of the messaging system than we used to have.
I don't want to hear another person's voice. Mostly, I'm first of all because I'm antisocial. Second of all, because I hate everyone. So
Yeah.
What if there's another hand
I feel like-
just waiting for someone to listen?
yeah,
They can get on a phone call with somebody.
yeah. There's phones.
Yeah, 2 quick thoughts I want to get through real quick. One, a compromise Nintendo could do is just have voice chat for friends only. Thing is, in
that's good.
this day and age, if people are going to voice chat, they're just going to use like Discord or something.
Yeah.
There's no real...
If you know someone, there's a way for you to talk to them regardless.
Yes.
A lot of games are implementing Discord support. Hey, that's a good idea, Nintendo.
I would love that.
Yeah, yeah, good. Yeah,
Good luck with that.
We can dream. We can dream.
we can. Nintendo scored coming soon to you. I think it would be sooner that they would just
How's
make a
that whole
rip
Nintendo
off
Partners
program.
Yeah.
going, YouTube? Let us know.
Okay, what else can we talk about on this vein, or should we move on?
Stage
Seth.
hazards.
Yes.
Just
The
stage
ability to
hazards?
turn them off.
Well, they kind
Oh.
of have that
Okay.
already.
No.
I see what he means. I see what he means.
Like, not
Okay.
Omega-izing the stage, but just removing the stage hazards.
The Dr. Wily Castle would have been perfect if you could just get rid of the yellow fucker.
I'm fully in support of this idea. I like this plan.
I think that there are certain stage hazards that, I think the problem with that is you would have to itemize what each stage hazard is in a stage and determine whether or not you want that on or off. Because, like,
Give me an example.
okay, in the Wily stages, you could consider that the moving platforms are stage hazards because they show up randomly. So now if we turn off the stage hazards, do those moving platforms go away? Because if so, then
I would
it's
say
just the
anything
Omega
that
stage.
can. Sorry, I'm sorry. I would say anything that can damage you.
I was about to say that. I would say that that's the difference.
Yeah, like that would be where the hard line is, as opposed to like it being on and off switch, as opposed to
there
a pick
are
your
other
own
things
kind of
like,
thing.
I'd like to be able to play Lilac Cruise without it tilting.
Well, then that's different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because also, like, what about stages like Brinstar, where there's the rising lava pits? Now the lava can damage you. So does the lava just disappear now, or?
I'd say yes,
Yeah.
but the thing still has the ability to spin.
What?
Are you thinking?
The stage.
You're making
The stage.
That's a different stage.
Oh, am I talking about a different stage? My bad. Well,
melee.
doesn't it also rise in that?
Or
No,
maybe
it
I was
doesn't.
thinking
I'm stupid.
Norfair or whatever. I don't know. The point is
Yeah.
that there's the lava that rises up, and if you turn that off, then at that point, why are you even playing at that stage? I don't know.
I mean,
I've got something.
You know they can't see it when you raise your hand.
Yes, I know, and I was. It was very high up in the air.
An audio, raise your hand. Oh,
yeah.
Yes. This literally goes against the topic that we're currently going on right now, but can we please have a Metroid stage without lava? Jesus Christ! Just one!
No, you get lava and you'll
One.
like it.
There are other locations in Metroid that don't have lava!
Nothing but lava.
Another
Damn it!
for another day.
Oh, fine. Yes, you're right. Okay. Anyway. Third topic?
One last
Sure.
thing, just really
Yes, go
quick.
ahead.
Spectator mode for online.
Doesn't that exist?
Not in the same capacity. There's the betting option, but I think more. For example, when we tried to have
yeah.
one tournament, you have to enter the stage as Jigglypuff and then kill yourself like 4 times. What about
Yeah, I can agree with that.
just be able to spectate?
Yeah, that
Seems
fair.
good. I feel like if you're in like a tournament and your match has already ended, like you should be able to look at any of the other rungs and just sort of zoom in and like be able to watch that, maybe back out, check out another one if you want. That sounds cool. I would love that.
Yeah, that does sound pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, moving on to the third one then.
I want every Pokemon available.
Great.
From the Pokeballs. All of them.
Great.
No matter what. You're welcome for the input.
800
Thank
or
you.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of them.
Every single Pokemon.
Fucking fight me.
Let's go.
Ditto.
Anyway.
Topic 3. Duck Hunt Dog, Rob, and Little Mac are some excellent examples of characters who saw a return to the spotlight in major fashion thanks to Smash. We're curious. If you could include any throwback characters from Nintendo's history, who would you want to see make it into the game?
Like 80s-ish?
Yeah, sure.
Like,
Okay.
every Smash game since Melee has had like at least 2.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. Let's define this a little bit. Is Pit a throwback character?
I'd say so.
Yeah, like when Brawl came out, he certainly was.
Yeah, sure.
What about Mega Man?
He's had more recent stuff, but well, I guess Pac-Man has also had more recent
we're
stuff.
like talking about characters that have effectively been forgotten.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Mr. Game
Yeah, okay.
Watch, Ice Climbers, Duck Hunt,
Yeah.
Rob.
Yeah, maybe Pac-Man wasn't the best suggestion.
Would they not be able to put Pac-Man in? Is that like not a thing?
Well, Pac-Man is actually already in. He was in the last game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally remember that.
Hannah earning her seat at the table.
You're welcome.
They are questioning whether or not he's going to come back, though, because the company that owns him is not working on this game.
Oh, well then, fair enough.
May or may not be.
Does anybody have any big characters? I think Wander probably has one or two.
I have two. I can let somebody else go first. Like, I think...
Well,
Were you?
No,
I
trust
know
me.
what you're gonna say. Should I not say it?
No, you go for it. I have another one.
Okay, because Takamura from the mysterious Murasana Castle is the obvious choice, I think.
Takamaru.
Yeah.
Oh, I wrote it down wrong in my notes. Ryu-chan earning his seat at the table. I think that for Super Smash Brothers for Wii U, or going back to Brawl, it was kind of him and Little Mac were competing for who had that chair, and then Little Mac got a new game, and then Takamaru got a Nintendo Land attraction. So
Yeah.
Little Mac won.
Yeah, I feel like he might have been considered for Melee. I know he was definitely considered for Smash 4, and then they decided, nah, just make him an assist trophy.
Tell me how he'd work a little bit.
Well, he's a samurai. Swords.
Great.
Sure,
Can we...
Yeah,
a little bit more than swords?
maybe a temporary invisibility, because he could do that. in this game.
Walking on the wall.
Can he do that?
Well, okay, so basically his only game on the NES. It was like his tough as nails action game, and you'd have like shuriken and swordplay, and there were other special abilities you could have, like turning invisible.
yeah. Ostensibly, though, it was just a Legend of Zelda clone.
Oh.
Yeah, but more action focused. And he's had a couple of appearances since then. Like, I actually looked this up before we started, and there was this whole mode in Samurai Warriors 3 based on this game. And I was watching gameplay, and it feels like, okay, this is gonna be kind of off topic, and also spoilers for Bayonetta 2 of all things. There's this R-Wing level in Bayonetta 2 that you could just tell Platinum Games was just saying, Nintendo, let us make a Star Fox game. That's what the stage in Samurai Warriors 3 felt like. Like, it was Koei Tecmo saying, Nintendo, let us bring back this old franchise. And they never did.
Aw, that's too bad. That would have been pretty fun if they had brought it back at Takamaru Castle.
Yeah, but I could see Takamaru being like a sword fighter with projectiles, but a very difficult and technical character.
Alright.
A different character, I just want to say that I would personally very much enjoy Balloon Fight, but he has absolutely zero chance now that the villager ate his only shtick.
Yeah, it's not happening.
But it's one of my favorite NES games, so
That's fair.
points for like.
Yep.
It is a good game. It is a great game. Donkey Kong Jr., I'm going to throw him in there.
Why?
So he can teach us math. Yeah, he's going to teach us. We're all going to learn math all up in our Smash games.
We're learning
math.
Oh.
Math. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said meth.
We've got to cook Cranky.
Other suggestions for throwback characters?
Meth.
I would be super down to play as Arthur. I would be
Wait.
super down.
Every day, walking
Wait a
down the
minute.
street, the people.
Wait a minute. From Super Ghouls and Ghosts?
Yes.
Isn't that a Capcom game?
It is.
Yeah.
Such a good game, and I love the characters.
And
I want Chun-Li.
And the character and the Firebrand are also in Marvel vs. Capcom. What?
Ignoring that.
Yeah, alright.
I mean, Ryu is also in Smash.
Yeah. So,
No, not you, boy. Down, boy.
if nobody else does anybody else have one before I go with my other?
The only
Go
other
for it.
character I could possibly think of that would be from an older NES game that hasn't been mentioned in forever and a day, that wasn't just mentioned as Arthur, would be either Little Nemo or Little Samson.
Okay, no.
Wow, I don't even know
you
who
did
those
not
characters
take
are.
mine.
It's okay. They're fairly obscure question mark.
They sound like the nickname for your testicles.
Oh.
Well, they are now.
And they are.
All right, so I have one
Anyway.
more that I honestly think is kind of likely. Like, I seriously think this could happen as like the surprise retro character, and that is from one of the best-selling games on the NES and has been considered for Smash before.
I have an idea. Ah, damn! I thought, okay, well, now I have another idea.
What is Excite Bike?
Excite Bike is a game where you go fast on a bike.
Yeah, on a motorcycle.
Sounds good.
And flips.
It's a motorcycle.
Sorry,
racing game.
so you'll play as the bike?
You play as the man on the bike.
Yeah.
No, you should play as the bike.
Okay, fair.
And the guy is there. He's just along for the ride.
He's just a jockey.
So
Yeah.
apparently, this is one of the characters one of the retro characters considered for Melee before Ice Climbers were chosen, but they couldn't figure out how to make it work. Like they couldn't really figure out how to make it animate and jump around as a motorcycle.
It's just Wario's side B, only you can never get off the bike.
But that said, there have been characters who were considered, they couldn't figure it out, but then came back in a later game, like Villager or the Mii's. So I think that maybe now is the time that Sakurai buckles down and figures out how to make Excite Bike work as a fighter.
Yes,
I'm down for it.
You throw the bike at someone.
Wario
You just
already
fucking
does that.
throw it. No, like above your head. Is that the thing that Wario already does?
Yes, that's what Wario does.
What's the question?
Okay, yeah, that. Never mind.
Great.
It's a boomerang.
I think my favorite I think one of my favorite articles that I ever looked into, back when we were doing the old stuff, was this yellow kangaroo thing that was like the icon for Nintendo's toy lines that they had on all their toys, and I was trying to come up with something for them. I don't know. The times were tough. We had to come up with whatever we could come up with.
If we're going that deep, then my choice is going to be Discon.
I was just about to say Discord.
I've heard of this guy.
Overhand for item, but we're going in the wrong direction here because time has gone forward, which means retro now applies to the N64. Banjo can
No.
They were made by Rare. Retro made Metroid Prime.
Oh.
God.
I would love Banjo-Kazooie to be in the game. That would be wonderful. I think I would have a lot of fun with that, and it would be really easy to make them into a character. I don't know if it's gonna happen.
Guys,
Why?
overlooking the obvious, Crash Bandicoot for Smash is now a viable option.
He is, and I bet we can get an episode out of it too.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
All right.
I want
Okay.
the paperclip from Microsoft Word from like Windows 98.
Okay.
I want Clippy
All right,
for
we're going.
Smash.
We're going a little off the rails.
No, this is a great idea. Shut
A
up.
little off the rails.
Like,
Let's do a Crash Spyro double feature down the road because
Okay. Can that also be the episode that we talk about Sora and then?
yeah, sure.
Can we put Goku in that section too?
Yeah, sure. You know that Spyro and Crash are going to be like on Nintendo.
I would love Master Chief to be discussed at some point. I don't know about you guys, but it has to happen.
Really possible.
Yeah, sure. Crash Bandicoot. Yeah. All right, we'll talk about that eventually.
Yeah.
Cool. What else from the N64? I like that suggestion. Glover. Let's get Glover. No.
Oh, God, I just got nauseous.
I want you to be able to play as a Power Glove.
Great.
You know,
Actually, that sounds fun. It would just be Master Hand.
That'd be
probably
fun. Yeah, it'd be
more likely
basically
than
Master Hand.
Anything else we've suggested.
I think that'd be so fucking fun.
All right. Concept idea. Out from the left, Master Hand appears. Out from the right, Crazy Hand. From above, Power Hand. He's
Power
here.
Glove, yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Power Glove.
So bad.
Listen, all right.
Power Glove.
It was a mostly kidding suggestion, but if it gets into the game, I want $1 million from Nintendo.
Can say that Duck Hunt is actually 3 characters: the duck, the dog, and you. Then I imagine that Power Glove is just as possible to get in.
I mean, they can say whatever they want about
Power Glove for Smash.
I could
Sorry.
maybe see Power Glove as an item that like augments your strength or something.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, all right. That'd be cool. I'm down for that.
Items would be fun. Like I think Ryu just brought up Ultra Hand as like a ranged grab. Like a ranged command.
What is Ultra Hand?
You know those
It's the
extended
toy.
grabby arms? It's that.
Yes. Did Nintendo make one?
Yes.
Before they made
okay.
video games.
Yeah.
They also
I
made
see,
a
that was
video
one of the
game about
It was
that
a
toy.
thing that turned them from a throw stuff on the wall, see what sticks company into a toy company.
I still kind of want to see them pull in playing cards because I know that Nintendo was way into playing cards for a long time. Like they could have Master Hand do like a card dealing trick. That'd
be awesome.
That'd be so cool. That'd be so neat.
You did that in Smash on the last one.
What?
But it was light cards that made you fly.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. They did do that. So I guess.
No, I want him to like deal a deadly hand of poker or something like that.
Yeah, and like you need to play back with them.
Yeah, when you select the stage, you actually have to play a game of Hanafuda.
Yeah.
Okay, so going back to Nintendo history, the obscure things that they did before they were a video game company, and also the idea of new game modes that we might see. The Love Hotel dating.
God damn it!
No. No.
Jeez.
I want to be able to date my favorite friends in Super Smash Bros.
Okay, I'm not saying I wouldn't play it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I wouldn't.
All of us would.
But I would.
With like,
I would play it begrudgingly.
with like a sentient love tester as the host.
You've unlocked a new relationship level with Dog on Dog.
You've unlocked Mario.
Oh.
Anyway.
Jeez.
Does anybody have any more actual ideas for this
I'm
topic?
cool with ending the episode on Mario Horny. I'm pretty confident in that choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
All right,
think
great.
better.
Cool. All right, everybody, that's gonna be our episode for the day. What do you guys think? Would you like some other pieces of Breath of the Wild content? And what other old characters could you potentially add into the mix that you would like represented? Guess we're gonna end the episode there. All right, cool.
Power Glove for Smash.
Power Gloves for Smash. Yeah, let's do it.
Smash.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.